Hey there, this is Mario from shockingfit.com, and in this video I'm going to answer a very common question that I get, and that is, does muscle soreness equal muscle growth? And the way I usually get this question is that guys will be asking, okay, so I'm doing a workout plan and I've been at it for a while, and the beginning of the workout plan I had a lot of muscle soreness. I was feeling sore almost after every workout, but now let's say after like 10 weeks or 8 weeks of the program, I'm no longer feeling those effects anymore. So they're not sure if the workout plan is actually effective or not. And it's a very common one. And this thing has been bugging me for a while. When I first started out, I was kind of believing, okay, no pain, no gain, right? If there's no pain, if there's no soreness, the plan is not working. And a lot of guys that I spoke to back in the day, like 5-6 years ago in the gym, they would confirm my beliefs. They would be telling me, hey man, like, if you don't feel sore, what are you doing in the gym, right? Your workout is not good. You need to mix it up. You need to switch things up. And as I spoke in one of my videos before about exercise variety, on how you need to mix things up, but what is the optimal frequency of that? So if you're interested in that, I'm gonna leave a link for that in the description below, so you can check out that video on how often you should change your exercises. But in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about what is muscle soreness, right? And how can we measure the effectiveness of workouts? So muscle soreness is what most people think it's like some kind of like damage to the muscle tissue itself. What it really is, it's just your connective tissue getting inflamed from a high degree of workload that you put on the muscle. Or let's say you tried a new workout plan, and the workout plan had a lot of new exercises that you were not accustomed to. And then all of a sudden it just creates a massive amount of soreness, which is quite common. I guess when you think about what personal trainers do in the gym, they keep switching up the exercises for their clients to keep them a little bit sore in order to kind of prove that their services are effective. And in reality, what really happens is that the true effectiveness of workout plan can't be measured by muscle soreness, and here's why. So the reason number one is that muscle soreness is very, very individual, right? One guy can walk into a gym. One of my clients is a really good example. So no matter how much workload I give him, he feels a little bit of soreness a day after, but 2 days after he doesn't feel sore at all. But for example, I'm gonna take myself even. If I go to the gym and if I really hit it hard, I'm gonna be sore for like 4 or 5 days. And I know people who've done the same workout plan, both guys, same experience, they just walk into the gym and they just do the same plan. One walks out completely fucking crushed. The other guy is like, okay, what else? Like, can I do something extra? And the one guy is like completely sore, can't even fucking sit on his ass. And the other guy is like, okay, dude, like, is this everything you got? You know, like, what is this, right? I want to do more. And it's really depending a lot on your genetics, on how much soreness will you generate. The second problem with soreness is that you can actually get sore and not even train in the most optimal way, right? You might be able to build more muscle without getting any soreness whatsoever. And there are studies to confirm this, right? So for example, they took a group of people in the gym, and they actually studied them. So the one that got sore and the one that didn't sore, they both generated the same amount of muscle stimulation, and they both generated the same amount of net muscle gain. So it's not really linked to muscle growth. And one other counterintuitive thing, for example, is you would think that muscle soreness is when you go to the gym, like you get sore and then you need to stop working out, right? But what actually happens is that as you work out, you actually recover faster. And this has been proven in a study that they took 2 groups of people, and one group was actually exercising and then had to do a complete stop after they got like after they get sore. So for 7 days they were told don't do any training, and for them the soreness lasted 5 to 6 days. While another group did the same protocol, and then they were told that to repeat the same workout 2 days afterwards while they're still being sore. And that group recovered 2 days faster than the first group. So it's a little bit counterintuitive, but in reality what happened is that the group basically exercised, and just by doing that active recovery, they recovered a lot faster. So what I'm trying to say here is that soreness is not the best indicator of your performance, like how good your plan is, right? So having said that, I mean, in general, how you can understand soreness is simply that same as when you cut your finger, for example, like, right? It gets swollen, it gets a little bit of like inflammation, pretty much your body is signaling you, okay, let's not use this part of your body for a while until it recovers. So it's kind of similar in that way, but it's no way an indication of whether your muscle has grown or not. So it's really not a good indicator as for the factors that I mentioned previously, like genetics, like not even linked to muscle growth, and also the fact that you can pretty much like improve soreness by just exercising more. And that's one reason, and a very common misconception based on that is that a lot of guys believe that it's caused by lactic acid buildup, which is not really true, because all the lactate disappears right after the workout. But without going deep into that, I mean, what are some of the things that you can actually use to measure your performance in the gym? So, and I guess measure your effectiveness of your workout. So the number one thing is always keep in mind that core principle of training, which is progressive overload. So what do I mean by that? Progressive overload is a factor where you're constantly measuring if you're improving your lifts, right? Are you getting stronger in the gym? Are you able to do more reps with the same weight, or are you able to increase the weight you're using for that same amount of reps? Let's say you're increasing your 5 repetition maximum, right? Or you're doing what you previously did for 5 reps, now you can do for like 7. So that's tangible, quantifiable results where you're actually improving. So that's the best way to measure your progress. I mean, if you think about it, look, I mean, if you're lifting the same amount of weight for the same amount of reps with the same form, like 2 years from now, you're probably gonna be looking the same. Like, you won't improve that much. So the progressive overload component is the key aspect that we're looking at when we're measuring if the workout is effective or not. Like, if the workout is moving in direction that you're getting stronger, it's definitely a good workout. I mean, given that strength is your goal, if getting stronger is your goal, which is for most of the people watching this video, and in general for people going to the gym, getting stronger should be your goal, at least to some degree, you know. The second thing that you can use to measure the effectiveness of your workout plan instead of muscle soreness is simply, are you gaining size, right? This is more for those like bodybuilder types. And I know that bodybuilders, I mean, I kind of consider myself a bodybuilder, and we are, you could say, a little bit of addicted to the pain, right? We're like that no pain, no gain crew. And if you talk to a lot of bodybuilders, they'll be very proud of their pain, right? They know, okay, I did a good workout, that's why it's hurting, you know, it's supposed to hurt. So we're kind of a little bit addicted to that, and it's kind of an ego thing as well. But what you can really use to measure your progress is if you're gaining size, right? That's the thing you want to gain, right? You want to get bigger, you want to get better, you want to improve your like amount of muscle mass you have, you want to build more muscle, and that's the primary thing you want to look at. Like, being sore or not, it's just kind of a side effect. Like, it's not even important so much, although I mean, you want to always avoid generating a massive amount of soreness, which is kind of preventing you from performing the exercise in the correct way, like next time you step in the gym. But it's not really in any way linked to the growth itself, because you can grow without being sore, as we said in the beginning of the video, just by looking at the studies and what the research says. So yeah, one thing to measure your size, you can just simply just look at yourself in the mirror, like take a few selfies in the morning when you wake up, just see, okay, look, I'm gonna snapshot this, and then you take that photo and you compare it to, let's say, a morning it had like, I don't know, 4 weeks ago. If you're like an intermediate lifter, you could see a bit of a difference every month. If you're a beginner, you're probably gonna be able to see difference even like sooner. If you're some kind of, if you're an advanced athlete, obviously you won't be able to see that much difference, but you will still be able to, I don't know, look at yourself like every 3 months, every 6 months, you're gonna be able to see a difference. So that's an important key, right? When you actually see the difference happening, when you see something happening, that's a very tangible result. That's something you can trust that you're moving forward. Well, the third thing I would say, like if your goal is, for example, fat loss, I wouldn't really even consider, I mean, looking for size or anything like that. That's kind of a bonus, I guess. If your goal is fat loss, you primarily want to look at the weight scale. You know, want to look at, okay, am I getting leaner? Like what does my abs tell me, right? If my abs are getting more clear, if I'm getting leaner, that's a good sign. And if you're maintaining strength while you're getting leaner, that's also a really good sign. That means that your workout plan is working out well, right? You don't need to make that many changes. And I said it also in one of my previous videos that you don't want to make too many changes at once. That's a big mistake I see with a lot of guys. You know, they try like to change their diet, their workout, their sleeping schedule, like add 17 new supplements. So you never really know if the things don't work out well, you don't really know what's to blame, like what is the problem. And if they do work out really good, you don't really know what to attribute the success to. So it's like all these things combined, so you never really know what works or not. So the best way to actually make changes is just to change one or two things at a time, and then try to measure it and see if that thing was effective or not. But that's a whole new topic that I can go into right now. So let's just stick to muscle soreness. And in general, as I guess the science shows so far, it's not in any way linked to muscle growth. I did add a little bit more detail to this video, hopefully, I mean, just to help you understand better what you can use to measure your training progress and measure if your workout is effective. As I said, it's not in any way meant to be used as a growth tool. You know, you shouldn't be relying on it for growth. Look at your strength, look at your size, look at if your goal is fat loss, is the fat going down. If the goal is muscle gain, obviously look at size again. And besides that, if you have a question for the Ask Mario show, which is restarting, and I'm gonna call this the episode 42. If you have a question for the show, leave it in the comment below. I'm gonna answer your questions in the upcoming videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was informative for you. If you have, I mean, any questions on this topic, specifically on muscle soreness, just leave it below as well. Let's discuss, let's share some ideas. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.